Good evening, all. Okay. Very good evening. Okay, so let's start up with our session. Today's topic is about HTML. So, what is HTML and why we needed HTML? Can someone respond? What is the need of HTML? Okay, so we have already discussed, few points about HTML when we have gone through, web introduction about web technologies, right? Basically, yes, so it stands for hypertext markup language. And yes, it's mainly used for creating web pages. For creating front end, very good. So we can use this for front end, we can call this HTML is a kind of, front end technologies. Right. So HTML stands for hypertext markup language, and basically it's used for creating web pages, web pages and right. So here are the contents. It's about introduction to HTML and its elements and tables, list, working with the links and image handling, few more. Okay. So very very basic kind of thing we're going to learn. Fine. So yes. So in the internet, right? So the internet sometimes it called it as simply a net, or we can say it as a worldwide global system. For what purpose? For interconnected computers networks or computer systems. Okay, so even we can also define this as an information superhighway. So for what purpose? To access the information over the web. So basically, basically we use web application for what purpose? To access information. Am I right? Right. So yes, in the network, we can say it is a network of networks so that users can share resources and communicate with each other. And basically, now I'm connecting with you people. How is it possible? This is with the help of internet, right? So we are just trying to share information, right now. So how is it possible? So that's about, it's not alone with us, what is it? HTML, it's not alone. So we use, what is it? Protocols, right? There are different types of protocols we use. And there are, there are multiple processes, right now. But basically, the intention is about sharing data. Okay, sharing data or the web. Okay, right. So yes, HTML stands for hypertext markup language, and mainly it's used for creating web pages and of course, web applications, and it's called as text formatting language. Text formatting language. And right, so web pages, it's a simple HTML document which is displayed as a single page. Okay, so which is displayed as a single page in a browser. And of course, it can be, so there is a possibility. Okay, it can be, connected to the other pages. That's called it as a web page. And of course, collection of those web pages, we call it as a website. So we have already gone through it, right? And the first page of a website, we call it as a home page. So this home page is common for all the web applications, right? Just a minute. Right. So, the first page of any website, okay, any website. So we call it as a home page. Right. So by using HTML, we can create, basically static websites. Right now, we have already gone through it. So again, a kind of intro part of an HTML it is. Right. Yes, HTML can be used for developing static web pages and static websites. So it's a basic type of website whose content, doesn't change. So it will be static. And of course, it is a one which is written in HTML. So whenever we talk about a static websites or static web pages, so those are developed by using or written in HTML markup language. And yes, pre-built content is every time it will be loaded when the page is accessed by the user. Okay, so whenever as a user, if you send request, with static pages, so the content remains same. The content doesn't change because, these pages or website is a static website. And right, so when the content changes, with this static web pages, suppose if someone changed, someone modified the page, or if someone updates, those files, in such cases, the content of those static pages will be changed. Right. So of course, it's a flexibility and the advantage, to maintain static web pages, because you don't need to maintain any servers, right? You don't need to pay anything to maintain your static websites. So that's one biggest advantage. Right. So yes, it's about HTML. It stands for markup, stands for hypernet markup hypertext markup language. And yes, of course, hypertext, which refers to a way, web pages are linked to each other. So navigation, right? So when you click on one link, it will be redirected to the another link, right? So that's called it as a hypertext. And markup. So yes, markup, the tags which we are going to use for creating web pages. And yes, of course, HTML basically used for developing web pages for any application, right? And these, web pages are what? So these are the text files. These are, HTML web pages are text files, nothing else. So then what we will be having, rather than the normal file, so it will be having its own tags. So we always use its tags for defining HTML pages or web pages, right? So what is the difference for normal, normal text file and for this HTML text file? So here, with the normal text, which is surrounded by braces. Okay, so those braces or, those tags informs to the browser how to display web pages or convey some information how to design a web pages. And of course, obviously HTML pages will be saved always, we have to save with a dot extension, dot HTML extension, right? So, and of course, HTML editor, yes, it's a word processor that can be specialized to make the, make written HTML documents. So these provides more efficient. Okay, so these are more efficient. And yes, simple structure about HTML, program. So yes, when we talk about HTML, so it's a tag based, right? So it's completely, with the help of, we use a tags in case if we wants to develop any web pages, right? Right. So even we can say, HTML is a markup language rather than programming language. So it's not a programming, it's a markup language. So what is the structure? So this HTML pages, HTML page, always it has to start with, HTML tag, and it has to end with a closed HTML tag. So what it says, every tag, okay, every begin tag or open tag in HTML must have, closed tag. Of course, few are there, which is, closed tag not required for those. So few tags are there. We'll see that those later. Okay. And yes, an HTML element, which can be defined by a start tag and some content and end tag. So it depends on the requirement. So we pass start tag and the content which needs to be displayed on web page and end tag. And also these elements. Okay, so HTML tags can be nested. So nested in the sense one tag can be passed inside another tag. So that's called it as a nested. Right. And yes, of course, HTML describes structure by using two main tags. Okay. So those are head tag and body tag. So we'll see one by one with the hands-on. Okay. So but before going to hands-on, before moving to hands-on, we must, needed or aware of a basic theory point, theory, right? Right. So always, preferably head tag and body tag. So these are the, main two tags which we use to describe structure of an HTML web page or HTML file. Okay. So here are few tags, here are few tags which basic, these are the basic tags. And along with it, along with those tags, I had given a structure. Okay, so you all can observe. First, it started with the HTML tag and head tag. Basically, head tag is used for providing header of web page and title. So title tag is used for displaying title of web page. Okay, and we have closed here. 1 second. So what is that? Yes, title tag. So each title tag is having, closed tag as well. You can observe here. Okay. And then, after title, so I have closed here. Which one? Header tag. See. And then, so I have used a body tag. I just returned some content. We'll see, one sample activity on this. So, right. And then we have closed our HTML tag. See, so every tag, which is begins, so that every tag must be ended by slash. So each tag must be ended by its /. Okay. So this is about, sample structure of web HTML web page with its basic tags. Okay. One second. Right. So this is about, basic structure of your HTML page. And now we'll see, this simple example or simple activity which can be executed on, Notepad. Okay. So two ways we can execute or we can, run these pages. One is by, writing this code in Notepad and save it as a .html, extension. If you don't want to go with a normal HTML, Notepad or text file, then we can go ahead with any tool. Okay, any tool. So the tool which I used, which one? Eclipse. So Eclipse, you can use NetBeans. So there are many, many more tools. We can use the tools depending on our requirement and we can run these. Okay. So now let me open, one folder. Right. So here I'm going to open. Yes, I'm creating one Notepad or, text file. And as I said, so I'm going to write a simple HTML file. I'm going to create a sample HTML file. Okay. So which is a, first tag. That is HTML. HTML with the open and closed braces and, header tag. Hope I'm audible. Please confirm in case, if I'm not audible. So header tag. Basically, header tag is used for describing headings of, web pages. And now, so here it is about title. So in title, okay, so thanks for the confirmation. In title, so what I'm going to write here, I'm writing it as an HTML document. increase font size. This format. For now, CSS I'm not using. It's just about HTML. Yes, we will be using CSS also. Okay, so this is about a title tag. So I'm closing title. Where is this closed tag? So now after closing this title, let me close header tag. Okay, so now body tag. Okay, so here I'm writing it as an welcome to HTML. Okay, so welcome to HTML. So now I'm not, for now I'm not writing, I'm not going to write any other text. So I'm just closing this. And which tag we have to close? That is HTML. So now go to File, click on select Save As. And yes, so here in this, I'll just put as in sample.html. So I'm saving this file as a file name. I have, I given it as a sample and extension is .html. Okay. So now click on save. So now go to that folder, move to that folder so you people can observe. So, the structure, it's, you can see this, what is it? Chrome, not Chrome, Edge. So Microsoft Edge. So this is a browser. So in case, if this is not enabled with a browser, you can just right click on that saved file and, you can open it as an, yes, web browser. You can open it in a web browser. Okay, so now let me open this. So you people can observe here, it displays welcome to HTML. And all of you can see here, the file name is, what is the file name? It is HTML document. Okay, so but here I have not, I didn't display, I'm not displaying any, what is it? Header. So this is just a body part. Okay. So let me write, some things and let me, okay, 1 minute. So let me edit the same file. Open with. I'm going to choose Notepad. So here now, let's go. I'm defining header part also. Basic HTML learning. So this is my header part. Okay. Sure. Fine. So now again I saved and I'll go back. So now you can see the page name. So our text file name is sample. So it's not a text. Actually, I saved this name as in .html file. Okay. So now go back to this page. So actually, first it is displaying what? It's displaying header part, then body. Okay, so whatever the structure I have defined, so that is displaying here. Okay, so now along with this sample program, so I'm trying to use different tags. Okay, so now I wanted to display this welcome to HTML in a next line. Okay, so I want to display in the next line. So either you can use that break tag after this statement, or you can use this after header tag. Okay, so let's see about the differences. Break. So what is the use of break? Can someone confirm? What is the use of break? If if you want to write the next any text in the next line, in such cases we can use this break tag. Okay, so I saved now. Let me refresh the browser and we'll check. So hope you people are finding the difference. Right. So break, specifically break tag moves to the, it breaks a particular text in that line and it moves to the next line. Any queries in this? It's very basic. If you want to add one more tag, okay, so one more tag after, after head, assume that I'm using break here. Okay, so I'll remove from this place and I used after header part and I saved, and let's go here and, find the difference. And actually we are not finding any difference. Let me add one more break. Okay, so actually I'm not using closed brace. Okay, so now let's refresh this. So for break, it's not necessary to use that closed brace. Okay, right. So now we'll move to the other one. Right. So now we will see few basic HTML tags. So HTML and title body we have seen. Now we'll see about header tags. Okay, so what is the use of header tags? Yes. What is the use of header tags? Header tags. Header tags not for font size. Hope my screen is visible. Or still do I need to increase font size? Let me give it as a 26 with the bold. Okay. Yes, header tags. Okay, so basically, header tags are used for displaying headers in different sizes. Okay. Yes. So to display headers in a different sizes. So we can use this header tags. Okay. So we have, 6 tags. Not 6 tags. So it starts with the, yes, 6 tags. Okay. It starts with H1 and ends with the H6. Okay. So now you people will find the difference. Okay. So I'm removing, okay, let it be with the welcome to HTML. So now what I'll do, so I'll move to the next line. So I'm using, H1 tag. So instead of welcome to HTML, I'm changing, I'm changing the header part. I mean body part. So what is it? Let me, display in a center. Okay. Close to this. So center tag, if we want to display or, place our content, in the center of web page. So then we can use a center tag. Okay. So now it's about header tags, right? Let me write something in a body part. So activity on header tags. Okay, so how many tags we have? So we have 6 tags. So it starts with H1 and followed by close to tag. So which are the open tag we have? That should be close tag. And I'm writing here H2. I'm not writing any content. So let's see. And H3. Close to tag. So actually I'm copy pasting 3. That's for 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now I can modify. Please observe, which tag is a bigger size and which tag is a lower size. It's 4. Okay, so this is 5. Fine. So I'm writing here, welcome to HTML. And now in HTML, which is the subtopic here. So we are learning header tags. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll write here, welcome to ExcelR. So this is welcome to HTML learning, and in HTML, right? So we are learning header tags. So how many tags we have? So we have 6 types of header tags. Okay. Six types of headers in that. H1, H1 is bigger, and I'm writing, and H6 is smaller. Okay, so it's done, my part is done. So now I will save and I'll deploy this. So I have to click on save as, right? Of course, we can use this headers, header tags for displaying titles, or if you want to display any size, any text in a specific format, a format in the sense, the sizes with the various different sizes, you can go for this header tags. So now I'm giving, I'm saving with a header dot HTML extension. So yes, click on save. So we can see here it's saved, It's saved it as a web page. So hope you guys can see. This is our welcome to ExcelR, and this is our H1, H2, H3 tag, and H4. So here you guys can see here, so in the 6 types of header tags, H1 is a bigger, and you guys can observe the smaller size, smaller font size. Any queries in this? It's very simple. Hope it is clear for everyone. Okay, so fine. Okay, so now I hope you people got some basic idea on how to write, HTML tags in text, in a text file, and how to save that file with a dot extension, right? So now I'll show you how to run this HTML pages in Eclipse. Okay, so I'll I'll open my Eclipse. I hope it is. Okay, so now in this, right. So I'm going to open it as an HTML. Okay, instead of separate page, JDBC. So I'm taking that same workspace. Okay, so JDBC workspace. Right. So now please observe. Here I'm going to create a web project. Okay. So which kind of, what kind of project I'm creating? I'm going to create one static web project. Okay. So let me click on others. And in others, let me go to web. So here in this web, you people can observe. Okay. So when I click on file and others, so here in this wizard, you guys can observe with a select web, web folder. In that web folder, so we have many options, but among that we are going to select static web page, because now we are in static, web project, right? So click on next, and right, so you people can observe create web, web project for simple content. That's a HTML files only, right? And yes, now we can give it here HTML activities. Okay, so this is my project name. So click on next, and yes, of course, configure static web module settings, and here we have root context, in the sense your project name, and here we have web content folder name. Okay, so that folder name, in the sense, so where your HTML files will be created, so that is under your web content folder. And now click on finish. Okay. Yes, now it's created. And yes, we have JavaScript resources, but for now we are not touching any JavaScript content. And now, so where this is your root context, so where you create a HTML files. So now we can right click on this. How to get this text to a center? So by using center tag. Okay, so by using center tag. Anyhow, I'll use that same code here again. So say after creating your project in static project in Eclipse, right click on, first of all, double click on that project, and you people will find web content folder, and right click on that web content folder, and select HTML file. So here I'm taking now, this is an example for, let me show you for paragraph, not paragraph, heading. Heading, along with the heading, paragraph. Okay, so now click on next. Fine. So you people can observe, actually I've not explained, this structure which starts with Doctype. Okay, so basically Doctype describes, about HTML, and Doctype along with the HTML. Okay, so this indicates that, it's a HTML file. Okay, so it's a HTML file. So basically, before HTML, so Doctype will be like this. Okay, so if it is HTML5 along with a Doctype, yes, there will be HTML tag. Okay, so now I'm going to remove this, and I want to say, give you one more thing, that's about comment. Okay, have you all heard about comments? What is the use of comments? Yes, what is the use of, comments in any programming? No answer. Very good. So comments, helps us to understand code. Basically, comments are used for understanding. So that is a one point. The another point, so comments, will not allow to execute that commented code. Right. So basically, it's a kind of, standard way is like for the documentation, right? So we can say, comments are for documentation. So that helps to understand very easily, right? No. So, but basically, whichever the code you're commented, that commented code will not get visible to the browser. So it will be like hiding. Okay. So those comments in HTML, yes, Anglo places with the exclamation mark and hyphen. So this is the comment. Okay, so just a minute. Okay, so I'm writing here code which is commented won't be visible to browser. Okay, so that's about, that's the purpose of comments. Let me close others. So now, yes, meta information, it's just about, it says a standard character set. Okay, so the present, this present page, it's using standard character set, that is ISO with a given number. Okay, so then title. So let me, change this title. So title is, okay, I'll take this example is for paragraph along with the headers. Okay, so I'm giving it as a paragraph tax demo. So assume that this is my demo, title. Okay. And now, so if you want to display any headings, you can. Okay, so I'm using here header tags. So that is H1. Okay. So you guys can observe here along with the open tag. So there is a, by default, it generates a closed tag as well. Okay. So now, paragraph. Paragraph tags with header. With the header tags. Actually, you can write anything here in this. Okay. So it's actually, it says invalid location. Basically, headers, must be used inside body tag. Okay, so now let's move to our body tag again. So if you want to write something right here, welcome to HTML. This is paragraph, right? And now, so I'm using here, if you want to write paragraphs, then you can go ahead with a P tag. Okay. So basically, this paragraph tag or P tag, it puts a lot of spaces inside our HTML tags. Okay. So our browser, it removes extra spaces and even extra lines while displaying the page. Okay. So, and observe, the browser, browser counts number of spaces and number of, lines as a single one. Okay. Single, fine, single paragraph. Okay. So now, yes, body tag inside body, I'm going to use, right, P tag, paragraph tag. So what I'm writing, welcome to ExcelR Java. Okay, so I'm closing. And if not closing, okay, so assume that I'm not closing here. Okay, so but I'm using break. Okay, I'm using break and I'll continue here. Okay. And provides okay, so I'm just passing this one. And now I'll move to so welcome to all of you. So I'm writing here. Actually, I closed a paragraph. Okay. And again, if you want to write something else, you can. Which display has to zoom? Are you all not able to, see my editor, Eclipse editor? Let me change. Is edit. Give me a minute because, format. In edit only, somewhere I can. Okay, so let me check to change the font size. Actually, I'm trying to change the font size, so please. Um, where is the children? Yes. Yes, so here I can see. Appearance, color and font. Okay. And in this Java. Okay, so give me some time. Let me change this, font size. This one. Okay, so I am giving it as a 20. Okay, so no, it's not reflecting. Actually, it's not reflecting. I've changed the size. Let me try with the console. Colors and font. Basic. Where I have basic? So this is a one option. Let me try with a bold. Bold is not needed. Let's go with the 20. Okay, so now it's working. So hope it's visible now. I guess it's the size is more now. Okay, so yes, I have written, 2 lines of code with a paragraph tag and along with a paragraph. So I use a break tag as well. Okay. And for this, for the first line, so I'm using H1 tag. So before break, I have to close this. Okay, anyhow, by default, it's enabled. So in case, if you want to add a few more, few more statements. Okay, so actually I did, I changed the font size. Hope now you people are able to see it, right? Please respond. Meanwhile, I'll write, multiple annotations. So this is not. Okay. So now I'm writing one more. Okay. Fine. So creating static web pages. Okay. By using basic tags. Okay. So this is about, I passed, one more line. So now right click on this editor and now click on, select run as and go ahead with the run on server. Okay. So we are not using any web-based server. Okay. Remember. And so that we can go ahead with the basic. Okay. So in this HTML preview or HTML server, you can go ahead with anyone. So I selected HTML server. And now it's not selecting. So go back. Okay. So if I select HTML server, it's asking me for the port number. So now we don't need to waste our time. So I selected HTML preview. Okay, so it's actually, it's in progress. Let's wait for a few seconds. It's actually downloading. It's not downloading. It's trying to get, required adapters and required servers. Remember, we don't need to install anything explicitly. So it's done now. Right. So yes, now you people can see, so this is the URL. Okay. And by default, it takes 8080 as a port number. So you people will come to know clearly what is port number and why we need it and all. Okay. And for now, so you people can observe. Yes, so welcome to ExcelR Java live stream class. So this I've written, actually these two lines have written together, but as a paragraph, right? But what I did, I used a break tag. So, it break and it moved to the next line. Okay, so now let me change. So here what I did, it should be caps lock instead of, and let me remove this. And what I'll do, I'll refresh this page. So it's not. So let's go to that same page and try to rerun this, redeploy this. Okay, so I will selected as why it's not reflecting. So now, so hope you people can observe the changes, right? And let me show you this. So actually here I have a lot of spaces, right? With a lot of spaces I've written. Yes or no? So, but this paragraph, it removes all those spaces. Okay. So that's a one advantage by using this paragraph. Right. So now this browser, actually what, what it's happening here, this internal browser, it's not only with the internal browser, even, I can copy this and, we can move to the outer browser. Right. So here, let me paste that and I'm running. So hope you people can see. So whatever the, URL it is there, Eclipse, I copied and I pasted in outside the browser. Okay. Hope it's clear about, paragraph. See, if you want to pass any, actually I just passed in a smaller, statement. So you people can pass any number of paragraphs by using p tag. Along with the p tag, yes, we have also used, break tag. Any queries in this? Even with this, we can also use a horizontal tag. Horizontal tag. Let's go to this Eclipse and, HR tag basically, HR tag, we can say it as an horizontal line. Okay, so if you wants to display horizontal line, between any statements, in such cases we can use this horizontal tag. So let me use horizontal tag now. Where to use? Here I'm using this for this. That is HR tag. So let's go to browser and refresh it. It's not refreshing. Let me redeploy. What happened? So hope you can see. Actually, I want to display this horizontal line for this line. So let's move here. So closed tag is not compulsory for this HR tag. This is HR. Okay. Okay, so now horizontal line is displayed for this statement. Session ends at 9 p.m. What is the query? HTML ignore spaces. HTML will not. Paragraph, paragraph tag ignore spaces, especially the browser. Okay. Fine. So now, hope basic tags are covered. Title, header, and now we'll move to the another important thing or important tag. See, even we can say this HTML is the kind of nested HTML elements. Nested in the sense tag inside a tag. Actually, we used a header tag, title tag, body tag inside HTML tag, right? So we can say these are the nested elements. Okay. So now let's move to another important thing, that is table. Sorry, not table. So that is a form tag. In form, we have to display tables. Fine. So we'll discuss about tables, HTML tables. So what is the need of tables? What is the use of tables? Yes. Basically, tables are used for structuring data, right? So to provide a proper structure, we can use tables. So how do we achieve the tables? We achieve that with the help of table tag. Okay. So if we want to display, structure the data in the sense, in case if we want to display data in the form of rows and columns, then we can use this HTML table tag. Okay, so let me create one, sample example. So let me create one HTML file here. Right, so this is table demo, table tag demo. Let me write here as table tag demo. Okay. So along with this, text, let me write a few things about, with a comment. So basically table tag is used to display data in the, in the form of rows and columns. In the form of rows and columns. Okay, so along with this, here we use few more tags. Okay, so we can say these are a nested tags. Okay, nested tags inside a table tag. So which tag is that? Let me write here in the braces. So that is table tag. So this table tag is also, will be having open open tag as well as a closed tag. Okay, so we can create a table, to display data in the tabular form by using table element along with the, along with TD, TR and TH. Okay, so I'm writing here. Along with which tag is the first one? TR, table row. Let me write here, table row. Table row and TD. TD, that is, table data. And before this, let's write here TH. Okay, so TH. This TH is for table heading. Okay, so table heading. Or even you can pass, columns name. Fine. So compulsorily we use these three tags if you want to display data in table format. Okay. So in each table, so row will be represented or defined by, by using TR tag. Header will be defined by using TH tag, and data, table data will be defined by using TD tag. Okay, right. And also, HTML tables are used to manage layouts, specifically about layouts. Okay. And they will be, we can display header sections and, body content, navigation bar, and footers, etc. Okay. So we have, each element, each tag in HTML will be having its own attributes. Okay. So those attributes are like, I cannot say attributes directly. So we'll be having a table, name, column space, cell space, cell padding. There are many more, So we can use all those attributes if required. Okay, right. And, so there are, different, there are different tags for this HTML table tags. Okay, so we can use those to display or to describe about our table. So what are those? First one is table. So table tag is basically defining tables, and TR for rows, and TH is for, header to define or, to pass headers, and TD especially for, defining cell data. And we have caption. Okay, so we have a caption tag. So basically, to define captions of a table, then we can use our, caption tag. And we have column group, and table body, table head, and table footer as well. Okay. So now for now, we'll see one simple example to display table, data. Okay. So your data will see to display your data, your records, about one management school. So now let me take, so I'm not defining. So let me define title first. Table demo. Okay, so now in header, for table, let me create okay, so let me write here as a module test evaluation, just for sample demo. And now I will let it, let me into the body tag, and inside body tag, as I said, so let's go to center. Okay, so inside centers tag, I'm defining one header, header part. Okay. Next, school of computer. And now let's define table. Okay. So in the table tag, along with the table tag, let me use, let me define the border. Border equals to, so these are the attributes of, table tag. So border value, so it depends on, your requirement. Let me give it as a 3. Okay. And cell, it's not enabled, that's fine. Cell padding. Cell padding equals to, let's say, 3. And again, cell space. Okay, cell spacing equals to, here also 3. If you want to increase the body part, border part, you can increase. Okay, so now I've defined table. Let's go with the table row. So that is TR. And let me close this TR. So no need to, later we don't need to confuse. Right. Inside this, table row. So we can define table header. So table header. And here I'm writing it as a module test evaluation. Module test evaluation. So let's close this TH. Okay. And TR is also closed. Okay. So now let's go to one more TR. Okay, one more row. So what is that row? Let me close, let me have a closed tag as well. So now student ID, I'm giving it as a student ID. Student ID. So this is TH actually. We have to define TH. And let me close TH now. Okay, so this is student ID. Okay. So next move to the other line. again. Somewhere, just a minute, let me clearly look into it. TR, and now it's a TH is done. So again, let's go with the okay. So now again TH. So I'm writing header part as Java, and again TH. So this is instead of Java, let's go with the Python. Okay, so if needed, two more records can be taken. I mean, column names. TH. Let's take .NET. So now it is closed with a TH. Okay, so now anyhow, TR is closed, right? So now we can pass, values. Again, we have to define table row. So TR, TD. So in TD, you can pass which semester it is. Let me pass it as in SEM, SEM2, or we'll go with a SEM1. So let me close this TD. Okay, so marks, we have to pass marks now. Table data. First is a Java, right? So let me give it as a 90. And again, so this is for the Python, TD. Let me give this 89. And again, TD with 90%, 95. Okay, so this is a table data. Okay, so now we should have a table row. Okay, so I'll modify. I modify here. Here 79, 98, 89. Okay, so now TR is closed and table is closed, and then we have one more tag, right? Where is that center tag? Is that closed there itself? So we have open tag. Where is it? Closed one. Did I remove? Oh, here it is. Okay, so we have center tag and now body tag. So then go to HTML. So closed HTML. Now let's deploy this. So anyhow, we have saved it as a table, tag demo. Let's go to run as preview. So hope you guys can observe. Let me increase, the size of this border. Let me give it as a 5. And let's go here and try to refresh. It's not reflecting. So let's go here and so hope you guys can see, even if you want to, if you want to increase that cell padding and cell space, you people can, we can increase. Okay, so in case, if we wants to add, any images. Okay, so any images, let's go here. Mm, Images, let's take. Let me take it as a clip. This will not work out. Okay, let me take this one. Um, so now I'm just trying to add images. Okay, so let's go to Eclipse now. In this, table format. So I'm trying to include, footer. Where is the table? Yes. So here, uh, footer. So in a footer tag, let's take, this tag is for adding images. Okay. So for adding images, IRC, and I'm just trying to pass the SRC. I'm not passing alteration. So let me pass SRC. So SRC is the path, which we need to pass. So let's go here. Downloads slash school. This is properties. So this is in the form of JF5. Okay. Slash school. Along with the extension, okay. JFIF. Let's see. IF. Is that correct? Right. So now, and also let me modify, one more thing. One more thing in a sense. Let me add this module test along with this 5 columns. So we have this, this module test with these 3 columns now. Let me add. Okay. So for that, module test, where we have that module test header. So here. Okay. So here with a TH, let me add column span. Okay, so column span is 3. 3 or 4? It's 4. Let's see once. Okay, so now run on server. So I should pass one more to, to merge this, module test with a 4, 1, 2, 3. It's a 4 column, but I had given it as a 3, no? Yes. So now let's give it as a 4. So hope you guys, can say this. Images can be passed, can change anything. So just for reference, I had given here. Okay. So student 1, Java, Python, or, student ID. So instead of ID, I had given it as in SEM1, SEM2. That's fine. Okay. So you can change the header part. Hope it is clear, about HTML table. Any questions in this? If you want to add, few more columns, assume that I want to add, 5 semesters or 6 semesters. In such cases, you can go here and where is that, so, right. Here, you can just, copy paste this. Let me change this header part. I'm just passing it as a stream. Okay. And what I'll do, I'll just go here. Okay, let me, assume that I want to pass 4. 2 more records I'm adding. Okay, no need to confuse. So this is SEM1, SEM2. I'm giving it as a SEM3. So here. Okay, so 4, SEM4 it is. 97, 91. Okay, so now let me refresh this. Instead of refreshing, let me redeploy. Hope you all can see. Right, so we can add any number of records. I mean, columns or rows. So this is about your table tag. Even actually we can pass, header part as well. Especially if you're designing, any web page. In such cases, we can pass header part as well as a footer. Okay, so in this I just passed now. This is for this is an example for table. So I didn't pass header part. I just passed, footer. Okay, so now let's take one more, that is form tag. Okay, form tag. So that is actually very important. So that form tag is it's needed for your servlets learning. I mean, for the classes. Okay, so we'll see, look into the form tag. So what is the use of form tag? Any idea on form tag? What is the use of form? See, basically, course is designed as, in advanced Java, we are providing JDBC and yeah, basic HTML, and yes, yes, of course, HTML with the CSS and JavaScript. Okay, it's all about basics, not in depth. So why I'm giving, you people will understand later when I start, when I start your advanced, servlets and JSP. Okay, so now let's go ahead with the form. Right, so an HTML form is a section of document which contains controls. Okay, so such as our text fields, passwords, password field, checkboxes, radio buttons, submit buttons, and menus, etc. Okay, so we, whatever the interaction, whatever interaction which is done with a presentation layer. Okay, so how interaction will be done with a presentation layer in any web application? Through its UI components. Okay, UI components are nothing but the buttons or text fields, password fields. So those all are called it as a components. Okay, so where those components are placed, those components are placed in a unit. Okay, we can call that unit as a form tag. So what is the requirement of this HTML forms? So these HTML forms, basically it's required if we want to collect some data, some data from the client, or we cannot say exactly client. So the users who visited the websites or web applications. Hope it's clear. And whenever we interact with the web application, so of course, obviously there will be components like text boxes. So if you're a new user, there will be a text box and password fields and check boxes. So there are many more text areas right now. So why we needed all those things? Because those web application needs user information or user data. Okay. Fine. Now we'll see, a simple form tag, right? So let's go here and let me create one folder for form, and inside that form, okay, so even this is also possible. Okay, so I'm writing forms. I'm just creating one folder. Inside that folder, I'm trying to create a HTML file. So this is form demo. So .html is not needed because Eclipse by default it generates .html extension. So now let's go to this body tag. Let me write here. Let me change this title. So this title is form demo. Okay, so now let's go to this header part. HTML form. Right. So how do we achieve this HTML form? That's with the help of form tag. Okay. 1 second. Right. So hey, again here I'm taking table. Okay, so with the help of table tag, I'm defining form tag. So now let me take table tag. Okay, so table, get into the next one. Inside a table. So if you want to define a borders, the one which we have did, in the last demo. So border equals to, so I'm passing, I'm passing 5 as the border thickness. So again, we can pass cell padding equals to the value which you want to pass. Okay. Previously it passed out 3. Now let me show you with the 4. And again, cell spacing. Okay, cell spacing equals to again 4. Okay, so along with this, if you want to pass the color, okay, so along with this, if you want to pass the color, you can bg color equals to Let me get into the next line. So here we can pass any color. Okay. So I'm passing blue, light blue or dark blue, which are the thing which you want. Let me pass the sky. So let's get inside this background color. I passed it as a blue. So now we can start up with a table row here. And yes, there should be open and closed one. So again, TD. User register mobile number. Okay, so TD is closed and TR is closed anyhow. And let me open one more table row. Okay, and in this one more table row, I'm using instead of using form tag, what I'm trying to use a input tags. Okay, I will give you one more example. That's for the yes, that is for the form tag. Now I'm using table with a table with its input type components. Okay. Right, so now let's get into the TR. So in this TR, what I said, let me use a TD, table definition. So this table definition is defined with its input, right? So input type equals to this is with a text, and if we want to pass the size equals to 10 or 12, anything is possible. Fine. So now let me close this TD. Okay, so after closing this TD and TR, let's get into the, so now yes, input type is done. Now let's go to password. Okay, so now again TR, table row, and then table data, control shift F. So this is the proper formatting. Okay, so now, right, so I should pass here table definition. And here with the table definition, what we need to pass. So I had to pass forward, password field. Okay, so TD. Okay, font color equals to, let me pass gray. Okay, and stroke gray. Okay, so now let's close with a password. Okay, it's password. And yes, now we have to close this TD and yes, TR. Okay, so now last final one, TR. So in TR, TD, input type equals to, please observe now, input type equals to, I'm taking it as a submit. Okay, and for this is actually for creating button. Okay, so value equals to login. Okay, so now let's close our TD and again get into TD. This is for the again table definition. So if you want to pass reset button, okay, so again input input type equals to reset, and value equals to clear. And now let me close this with a TD, and yes, about TR. And now let's check with our table. Okay, so now it's done. Let's go to run on server. Yes. Blue is actually horrible. Let's go to okay, so now let me close this, redeploy. Okay, so I'm giving it as an, this is for the user registered mobile number, and for password field, let me give password field. Where is that? I have not changed here. So here, instead of text, we have a password. Okay, so we have password, right? Suppose, when we enter this password field, that data will not be visible. So that will be visible in the form of dots. Okay, so you can enter here, right? And actually we don't have redirection. This is just a sample format. Hope it's clear. Okay. So now the same example I'm taking with a simple form tag. So now let's take one more file, form tag. So now what I'll do inside body tag, let me take form. So I'm not taking, actually there is no action here. Okay, action basically this can be used for redirecting to the another page. So let me close, anyhow it's there's generate closed tag also generated. Now what happens here? Okay, so let me write the thing. I'm writing here as a username. Okay, so username, this is not in the form of table. Okay, so username and input type. So input type equals to text. Okay, input type equals to text. And yes, let's go ahead. Actually, name also we can define. Name equals to I'm giving it as a uname or name. Okay. So now close this one. Instead of closing tag again separately, so we can close like this. And now, okay, so let's go to another one. That's for the password. So here with the password, let's take again input tag. Input type equals to, I'm giving it as a text. We'll find the difference. Name equals to PWS. I'm giving it as a PWS. So now, we have done with the username and password. Then we do have, we do require one more input type because we need to submit data, right? And now that is input. So type equals to submit, and value equals to, again, you can you can give it as a submit or login, anything. Okay, so now close this input type. So this is a one sample one. Okay, and observe. Okay, so what happens, actually this is a static one. So what I want to do, this is for the form tag, right? Not a table tag. So I wanted to show you, action attribute of your form tag. So just now we have done one form demo. What is that? Which is this form tag. This is form tag, and I've done form demo activity, right? So I'll redirect to that place. Okay, so now if you want to redirect, so specifically this is used for dynamic changes. If you want to redirect or if you want to navigate from one page to another page, then we can use this form along with the form action element. Okay, so now assume that when I click on submit, I have to redirect it to the form demo.html page. Form demo.html. Let me, without passing this page, let me run this. Let me run and show you. Actually, there is no, proper format, right? So let's go here. Even there is no format. If I click on submit, there won't be redirection, but you people can observe here, name equals to empty and password equals to empty, because we are not passing any values, right? So now let's go to form tag, and here in this, right, so let's write this here with a body h3. I'm taking h2. Let's take h2. Okay, form login. Okay, and move to the next line by passing break tag. Okay, so now again, after input field, I have to pass break, because I don't want to be I don't want to see those username password in a same line. So even button as well. Okay. One second. Okay, so yes, I'm adding again break BR tag. Fine. So it's done now. Again, I know now I can go and deploy this one. So hope you people can see. Actually, again, if you want to place these boxes in same format, we can use NBSP. So that's for providing spaces. Where is it? After which one is this? I guess here, right? So ampersand NBSP. So this is for providing spaces. Let me close this. Okay, so let me click on submit. So though if I click submit, of course, it's not redirecting somewhere or anywhere else, right? Now you can click on which is this form, right? So now let me pass that form demo.html. Okay, and one more thing. So username. So let me give it as an Sagar and some value. So here password data is visible to the user or the client. Is it safe? No, right? it's not saved. See, if I click on submit, you guys can observe here, these values are, displayed in a URL. This is actually not a good practice. So, and about this in future, we will come to know clearly. But for now, yes, form tag. So to redirect to the another page, in case if we wants to redirect to another page, then we have to use this action form demo. It's actually not redirecting now. 1 minute. Now it's redirecting. Okay, so with empty, empty form, it's redirecting. Let me pass that, details Sagar and some value. So it's actually redirecting along with the values. Okay, and one more change I wanted to do. I don't want to, pass that password as a text, because every password should not be shared with others, right? So we can go ahead with the password keyword. So now deploy this one. Okay, so click on preview. Now observe. So let me pass my name as well as, and yes, I'm passing. So, okay, and click on. So now you can see. So this is how, we can redirect from one page to another page. Hope it is clear. Form tag, actually form tag is needed. So, we will be having one more class with a form tag and CSS. Okay. And for now, so let's take, one more simple example. That's for the check boxes. 1 second. Okay, so now, one more example. This is for the form tag, but not using form element. Not for the form tag, input, input fields. Okay, so let me take one more, example. Here it is HTML. Input fields. Okay, so in this input fields, input fields inside body tag. So let's take, name, sorry, input type equals to let me take text and name. Okay, so name equals to within double quotes. Again, if you want to have a unique identification, then you can pass this name or anything which you needed. So now break. And this is for name. I guess two namespaces. Okay. Okay. So yes, now it's for the password. Okay. And now with the password, so again, input type equals to password and name equals to again password, or I'm giving it as a PSW. Okay, so now close it. So I can go ahead with the BR. And now this is for radio buttons. Okay, gender. Okay, so gender and here male, input type equals to radio, and name equals to gender. So here along with this, if you want to pass value, okay, so you can set the value, male or value equals to within double quotes. This is, male. So value, it's a male, and yes, if you want to enable it as a checked, yes, we can, pass it as unchecked. Okay, so now let's close this one. And now after gender, for the same gender part, if we want to pass, female part, female, and now it's a input type equals to radio, and name equals to gender, right? And then value equals to, so we can pass female. Okay, so now let's go to break. And now, so let's have a submit symbol, submit button. So input, input type equals to submit, and yes, value equals to submit. Let me pass here S as a caps. Okay, and now if you want to pass reset button, you can. Again, and type equals to, so here we have reset, and value equals to reset. Okay, so now let's go to body tag, and yes, so everything is done. This is just for your radio purposes. That's it. So now let me deploy again. So now let me give proper spaces here. Let's go to this, please. Ash, not ash, dollar symbol it is, NBSP. So this gives, it gives space. Few more spaces needs to be given. Yes. Okay. Let's see the final one, how it will be. Okay. I had given 5, spaces. Okay, so now, everything is a bit clear. So you can select either male or female depending on, your requirement. Either you can go for, submit, or you can click on reset button. Okay, so any queries in this? Okay, so time is up. We'll wind up for the for today, and for tomorrow we'll see HTML with the checkboxes, and HTML with a CSS, again with a form page, registration page, etc. Okay then. So if any questions, you people can drop a message in chat window. In case if those questions are about content, we'll get back to you. And for now, session is going to be end. Thank you all.